Hey guys, Collin here at etrailer. Today we have a 2020 Ford Ranger, and we're going to go ahead and do a test fit of the Titan Chain V-Bar Snow tire chains. Now on our Ranger today, the tire size we have is 265 60 R18. So go ahead and double check your tire size, make sure that these chains will fit it. If you don't know what your tire size is, you don't know how to check, it's on your sidewall. So on our truck right here, it's actually up on top. It's going to have those 3 numbers, and then 2 numbers, and then the R, and then 2 more numbers. Now, it's always a good idea to keep a set of chains in your Ranger, especially if you live in an area where you're frequently getting snowstorms or ice storms. Now, with these V-bar studded chains, this is something I would suggest for if you know you're going to be getting a really heavy ice storm or really heavy snowstorm, to where you're never going to be driving on pavement. You're going to be driving over that snow and that ice, and you're going to need traction. With these V-bar studs, these are kind of going to be some of the most aggressive tire chains you can get. They're going to perform very well in thick ice and heavy snow. But if it's anything lighter, to where your tires are going to hit the pavement, these V-bar studs could tear up the pavement and wear down a lot quicker and cause you to have to get new chains. So just make sure that you're kind of surveying your area and make sure that you get a set that's going to best suit your needs. Now the chains do have a ladder pattern. As you can see, that's going to give you really good traction through starts and stops. And then the cross links and the entire chain is going to have a low carbon steel construction. It's going to be very tough and durable and also resist rust and corrosion. So these chains are going to be around for a long time, so you don't have to worry about replacing them every year or trying to repair them often. The chains come in a quantity of 2, so you're going to have one for a set for your back tires. Make sure you get them installed on the rear, just because it is a rear-wheel drive vehicle. They do have a speed rating of 30 miles per hour, so make sure you're keeping it slow out there. And they also come in this canvas sack. This is going to make for very easy storage. There's also a kind of a plastic bag on the inside of it to help out, to make sure those V-bar studs don't tear your bag very easy. Now, I always suggest with whatever set of chains you get, whether it's these V-bar links or anything else, take it out of the bag or the box. Install it a couple times on your Ranger, just so you know exactly how they work, so that when you find yourself out in the weather and in a tough situation, you know exactly how to get them on and you shouldn't run into any problems. I'll walk you through that install right now. Now the first thing you want to do is lay out your chains, and then you want to check them over, make sure there's no kinks or twists in links, make sure you get any tangles out. You also want to check for broken links if you've already used them a handful of times, just to make sure that they're still in good working condition. With these being brand new chains, we don't have to worry about that at all. So I'm just going to grab my chains and then drape them over the top insides of my tire. Now notice that I have all of these V-bar studs sticking up away from the tire. Obviously you don't want them against your tire like that. That'll damage your tire in a second. And then we'll just line up the chains underneath the tire. Now here on the back side, we're going to make our first connection. You can see that I have these 5 extra links right here. Now we're going to take this hook and put them on one of those links. Now I've already worked with these chains before on our Ranger, so I know that we have to go all the way back to the 5th link. And especially keep in mind the tire size we're using on this one. As long as your tire size matches, then you should be good to use that 5th link. Now back here on the front side, I just want to kind of pull it up, get it nice and snug. We want to put the little lever right here in the same number link that we did on the back side, so the 5th one, if possible. If you can't quite get it to the 5th link, like this one's pretty tight, but I think we can still get it on there. I'm going to feed it over top like so, kind of push it down, and then this lever is going to come back the way it came. There we go, push it back. And then we have this extra link right here. We're just going to push it back enough to get that link on there to hold it in place. There we go. Now it is pretty tight right now, and that's just because these links need to kind of adjust a little bit more under the tire. But once we start driving forward, that'll happen and it'll loosen up a little bit. Now for these extra links you have on the front and back side, you have a couple options. You can zip tie them up right there, just so they're out of the way. Personally, I would say if you're going to be using these chains only on the Ranger and you know that the 5th link works, then go ahead and just cut them off because it just gets them out of the way. You don't have to worry about them. And that goes for the back side as well. Now, obviously, as you can see, these chains have a really nice snug fit on our tire, but I would always suggest getting the rubber tensioners. These are sold separately, and this is just a peace of mind thing in my opinion. It's something that is going to help keep more tension on your chains to make sure that they're functioning properly. Go ahead and show you how to get them installed real quick. There's 6 different rubber arms with these metal hooks on the end. So what I'm going to do is bring the hook in from behind. I'm going to grab the one directly across from it, bring it straight down, and hook it on. And do the same for the other ones. Now, as you can see with these installed, you want to try to get it as even as possible all the way around. Doesn't have to be perfect, but you want to try to get it as even as possible. That takes out any of the slack that we had left in our chain. Well, thank you all for watching, and I hope this information helped you out. But that's going to do it for our test fit of the Titan Chain V-Bar snow tire chains on our 2020 Ford Ranger.